History whispers of scandalous romances. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Their love was a tempestuous affair that defied the political machinations of their time, a union that has been immortalized in countless works of art and literature. Their story is one of passion, betrayal, and ultimate tragedy, a testament to the power of love to transcend even the most formidable of obstacles. Catherine the Great and Potemkin. Their relationship was not just a romantic liaison, but a partnership that shaped the course of Russian history. Potemkin was not only Catherine's lover, but also her most trusted advisor, a man whose vision and ambition matched her own. Together they expanded the Russian Empire and left an indelible mark on the world, but some loves burn bright, not for fleeting passion, but for the mark they leave on the world. These are the loves that endure, that inspire, and that change the course of history. They are the loves that remind us of the power of human connection, of the ways in which two people can come together to create something greater than themselves. Such was the love of Mikhail Gorbachev, the last leader of the Soviet Union, and his beloved Raisa. Their relationship was a beacon of light in a time of darkness, a symbol of hope and resilience in the face of adversity. Mikhail and Raisa's love was not just a personal bond, but a partnership that influenced the political landscape of their time. Theirs was a love story not just for the ages, but one that helped shape the age itself. They stood by each other through the tumultuous years of political upheaval, their bond unbroken by the pressures of leadership and the weight of history. Their love was a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the enduring power of partnership. Imagine the Soviet Union in the 1950s, a time of great tension and uncertainty, a nation shrouded in secrecy and governed by an iron fist. The streets were filled with the echoes of marching boots and the whispers of clandestine conversations. It was a world where trust was scarce and fear was abundant, a place where love had to navigate the treacherous waters of political intrigue and social conformity. A land of secrets, of power hidden behind iron curtains and stern faces. The Kremlin stood as a symbol of authority and control, its walls concealing the machinations of those who held the reins of power. It was a place where decisions were made that would shape the destiny of millions, a fortress of political might and unyielding resolve. It was in this world, under the watchful eye of the Kremlin, that a love story blossomed, one that would challenge conventions and ultimately contribute to the reshaping of the world stage. Mikhail and Raisa Gorbachev's love was a defiant act of tenderness in a time of rigidity, a beacon of humanity in an era defined by its lack of it. Their story is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, love can find a way to flourish, to inspire, and to change the world. Our story begins not in the halls of power, but in the vibrant atmosphere of Moscow State University. It was a time of great change and intellectual fervor, where the future leaders of the Soviet Union were being molded. The university was a melting pot of ideas, debates, and youthful energy, a place where the seeds of revolution and reform were often sown. Mikhail Gorbachev, a driven young man from a humble background, was already marked for great things within the Communist Party. His determination and charisma set him apart from his peers. Gorbachev was not just a student, he was a visionary, someone who saw beyond the rigid structures of Soviet society. His peers and professors recognized his potential, and he quickly became a prominent figure on campus. Raisa Titarenko, a beauty with a sharp intellect, was a student of philosophy, unafraid to challenge and debate. She was known for her keen mind and her ability to engage in deep, meaningful conversations. Raisa was not just a pretty face. She was a force to be reckoned with in the academic circles of Moscow State University. Her passion for philosophy and her critical thinking skills made her stand out. Their eyes met at a student dance, the music a mix of forbidden Western jazz and traditional Russian folk. It was a night filled with excitement and a sense of rebellion, as students danced to tunes that were often frowned upon by the authorities. The dance floor was a place where young hearts could express themselves freely, away from the prying eyes of the state. Sparks flew, but this was no ordinary campus romance. Their connection was immediate and profound, a meeting of minds and hearts that transcended the ordinary. They shared a vision for the future, a desire to make a difference in a world that was often harsh and unforgiving. Their love was a beacon of hope in a time of great uncertainty. This was the Soviet Union, where every move was watched, every relationship scrutinized for its potential impact on the political landscape. The KGB kept a close eye on students, especially those who showed signs of leadership or dissent. Gorbachev and Titarenko's relationship was no exception. They had to navigate their love carefully, aware that their every action could be reported and analyzed. Despite the constant surveillance, their bond grew stronger, a testament to their resilience and commitment to each other. The world outside was locked in the Cold War. The Soviet Union and the West eyed each other with suspicion, their nuclear arsenals a constant threat. Yet amidst this tension, love found a way. Mikhail, the ambitious young communist, and Raisa, the free-thinking philosopher, found solace and strength in each other. Their courtship was a delicate dance. Secret rendezvous in Moscow parks, hidden love letters, stolen moments amidst the ever-present eyes of the KGB. Theirs was a love forged in the crucible of a society where trust was a luxury and expressing affection, especially for those in the public eye, was highly unusual. Fast forward through the annals of Soviet history, and you'll find a name that stands out: Raisa Gorbachev. Mikhail's star rose within the Communist Party, a meteoric ascent that would eventually lead him to the pinnacle of Soviet power. He and Raisa, now married, found themselves in Moscow, at the heart of the Soviet system, navigating the complex and often treacherous waters of Soviet politics. Raisa was unlike any Soviet leader's wife before her. She was educated, articulate, and had a keen sense of style that set her apart. Gone were the days of mousy, silent spouses relegated to the background. Raisa was a breath of fresh air in a system that had long been shrouded in secrecy and conservatism. Raisa was present, vocal, and visible. She took on a public role that was unprecedented for a Soviet first lady, engaging in discussions and making speeches. She accompanied Mikhail on state visits, her elegance and sharp intellect captivating audiences worldwide. Western media was smitten, often highlighting her as a symbol of a new, more open Soviet Union. Here was a Soviet woman who defied all stereotypes. She was not just a decorative figure, but an active participant in the political and social discourse. But back home, whispers turned to grumbles. The Soviet public, unaccustomed to such visibility from a leader's spouse, began to question her role. Who was this woman, daring to step outside the shadows? Was she overstepping her bounds? Or was she simply a product of changing times? Was she a threat or a sign of change to come? Raisa Gorbachev's presence was a harbinger of the transformations that would soon sweep through the Soviet Union, challenging old norms and paving the way for a new era. Section 5. A meeting of minds: Raisa, the West, and the thaw of the Cold War. Now let's talk about Raisa's impact. She wasn't just a pretty face beside a powerful man. She was a force in her own right. Fluent in several languages, she charmed world leaders, humanizing the often feared image of the Soviet Union. Her conversations with Western counterparts, from Nancy Reagan to Margaret Thatcher, were instrumental in building bridges during a time of immense global tension. Raisa's warmth, combined with her obvious intelligence, challenged the West's perception of Soviet women and, by extension, the Soviet Union itself. Section 6. Glasnost of the Heart, Public Affection, and the Power of Two. Mikhail and Raisa were never afraid to show affection for each other, a stark contrast to the stoicism of previous Soviet leaders. They held hands, they exchanged loving glances, their genuine warmth shining through the often stiff formality of diplomatic events. This glasnost of the heart, as some called it, resonated deeply. In a country starved for openness, their love story was a beacon of hope, a testament to the power of human connection even within the most rigid of systems. Section 7. Love conquers all, from the Kremlin to a world stage. Their love story wasn't without its challenges. They faced political opposition, assassination attempts, and the immense pressure of leading a nation on the brink of change. Through it all, their love remained a constant. When the Soviet Union finally crumbled in 1991, it was Raisa who stood by Mikhail's side, their bond unbroken. They had weathered the storms of history together, their love a testament to the enduring power of human connection in the face of adversity. Section 8. The legacy of a love story beyond politics, a testament to partnership. The tale of Mikhail and Raisa Gorbachev is not just a love story, it's a history lesson disguised as a romance. It reminds us that behind every great man, there is often an even greater woman. Their love story transcended politics. It showed the world the power of partnership, the importance of love and understanding in a world often driven by ideology and ambition. It's a love story for our time, reminding us that even in the darkest of times, hope and humanity can prevail. Section 9. Share the love. What did Raisa and Mikhail's story make you feel? So what do you think? Did Mikhail and Raisa's love story surprise you? Did it challenge your perceptions of history? Share this tale with your friends, discuss it over a cup of tea, and let's keep the conversation going. After all, the best love stories, like history itself, are meant to be shared.